Good morning. This is the Great Basin Fire Potential Briefing for this Wednesday, September 30th. Taking a quick look right away at our fire potential impacts. The only impact will be a negative one or a diminishing one with a cool and moist pattern now developing not just for the next few days, but probably through the weekend and into much of next week as well. Looking at the past 24 hours, with precipitation on the left, not much at all except just a light scattering right across parts of northeastern Utah into the Uintas. On the right-hand side, just a few isolated lightning strikes to go along with that, so nothing of particular significance. Looking at observed precipitation, again, not much. The last 7 days we've been drying out quite a bit. Looking at the 30-day picture, many areas received widespread, long-duration wetting rains over the past month, the only exception being right along the Sierra Front parts of central western Nevada, which have stayed primarily dry. Looking at our fire activity map, minimal. We have no existing large fires, just a scattering, a very small initial attack. Over the past 24 hours, there have been roughly about 200 acres of fire across the Great Basin. Looking at the upper level map with water vapor imagery superimposed, you can see that there is a sharpening trough of low pressure off the west coast, pumping in subtropical moisture across California and up across the Great Basin, hence the cloud cover and higher humidities across much of the region today. High pressure, which kept us warm and dry over the past few days, has now been suppressed further and further south towards Mexico. Over on the east coast off Florida, remnants of a tropical storm Joaquin will get caught up in the westerlies and will produce a significant heavy rain event up the eastern seaboard. No significant impacts for us, but a national impact for widespread flooding in that area. Taking a look at current fuel conditions, you can see quite a bit of moderation with many moist areas in our southern parts. Now, we've dried out a lot over the past 7 to 14 days, and a lot of our ERCs have gone back into that yellow, which is somewhere between the 70th and 80th percentile, and somewhere between the 80th to 89th percentile across parts of central Utah, but we will see a significant change in the weather pattern that will impact our fuels pretty significantly. Now, if we look at a closer look at some of the charts, the only main area of concern right now is out towards the western portion of Nevada, towards the Sierra Front. You can see that ERC levels, this point in the green, is well above normal, the gray shaded line, and more closer to the record levels shaded in, or the red line through there, and right up on the 80th percentile. So that's one of our few areas that we could still see some significant fire activity if we get a decent wind event. Looking at the upper level pattern on the left for Thursday, that low pressure trough, which was off the California coast, now moves inland, bringing widespread clouds and showers to Nevada into parts of Idaho. And there is the significant fire potential response on the right, many areas dropping into that green moist category. Now, if we take a look at what's going on for Friday, we'll see that that trough of low pressure progresses further off to the east, now affecting portions of northern Idaho and into Utah and into parts of Nevada. Again, the response on the right, significant fire potential. Most areas drop into the green moist category. Now, looking at some significant weather parameters on the ground surface, humidity on the left for this afternoon, you can see that minimum humidity levels in the upper teens to near 20% in our driest areas, more moist further to the east. So these are about 10% higher than they were just a few days ago. On the right, there'll be some significant wind gusts. Those blue shaded areas are gusts anywhere from 25 to 35, even close to 40 miles an hour in some of the higher terrain. Some of this wind activity through here in south central Nevada will come with humidity levels in the upper teens to near 20%. So for new ignition, that would have to be monitored very carefully. If we go towards Thursday, though, you see a significant change on the left, higher humidity coming in with that area of clouds and showers. Instead of having afternoon humidity levels around 18, 19%, we're seeing humidity levels near or above 30%. Drier still as you head further to the east across a good portion of far eastern Nevada and Utah. The wind gusts do start picking up along with that frontal system as well. Some of these gusts out here could be well in excess of 45 miles per hour or more. Again, something that will have to be monitored in those areas. Now, if we take a look towards Friday, we see that the higher humidity levels in the afternoon shift over to Utah, where humidity levels have a tough time dropping below 40%. There'll be precipitation on and off much of that time, slightly drier back behind that system across Nevada, and the wind gusts will tend to diminish. Now, as we go into the extended forecast period, Saturday, we see that as that one trough of low pressure exits off to the east, another low develops across the Pacific Northwest and starts approaching. On the right, you see that fire potential has moistened considerably in most of our areas. Now, if we go towards Sunday, there's that low slowly deepening off to our west. As we head on into Monday, that low picks up more moisture. You can see this area of green popping up now across a good portion of the Great Basin. There'll be more showers. The heaviest still in California, poised to move into northwestern Nevada. And then as we head on into Tuesday, that trough low pressure and its moisture pushes across much of the region, this time affecting more of our southern areas of southern Nevada, southern Utah, the Arizona Strip, with some significant rainfall. And as a result, if you look on the right, by early next week, by Tuesday, all of our areas drop into that green moist category. Now, if we want to take a look at how much precipitation is expected over the next 7 days, these are precipitation amounts. You can see just about all of our areas get either a low-end wetting rain, or in some cases that dark green is about a quarter to a half inch. Shades in blue, we're talking about a half inch to as much as locally an inch of precipitation across some of our higher terrain. And just of note, on the right, with that tropical storm getting absorbed into the main jet stream flow moving up the eastern seaboard, a very rare event, something that only happens once every decade or so. Widespread 5 to 10 inches of rain all the way from Maine down through the Carolinas. Not an impact for us directly fire-wise, but a significant weather impact on the national scale. Our 8 to 14 day outlook on the left, temperature-wise above normal for parts of our area, especially to the west. Don't be fooled by that. That's not a strong, hot, dry, high-pressure system. That's more of an El Nino signature with tropical warmth coming in. And on the right, that is shown by an increased chance of precipitation above normal across many parts of our area and a good portion of the country, matter of fact. This concludes our briefing. Have a safe day, and we'll be back tomorrow morning.